Welcome back to the channel. This is not your typical fishing video by all means, but it is that time of year where you might be purchasing a gift for your significant other, or you might be just looking for something for yourself. And so either way, a lot of these items will fit inside of a stocking, or it might be a bigger item that you can wrap and throw under the tree. So I have been getting a few questions here recently just about certain things I have in my kayak, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to share some of my favorite things, answer some of those questions at the same time. Maybe you're a last minute shopper like I am, and you're franticking trying to figure out what to buy your significant other that's an outdoor enthusiast or a kayak fisherman like myself. So anyways, we got a few items here. These are just like some 10 things that I love to have kayak fishing or kayak camping that comes in handy. And some of these items help me get out of a world of trouble. So anyways, I'm gonna start out with one of my favorite things that I have. And several of these things are attached to my PFD that I have on me at all times. So I'm gonna go ahead and lift up my life jacket here. This right here is the NRS blunt tip knife. Very, very handy. This thing has bailed me out a couple of sticky situations. And it just snaps right here on your PFD. There's the blunt tip right there. You can also use that as, a flathead screwdriver for certain things. It does have some other items as well, like a bottle opener and stuff like that. But this thing right here saved me one day. But one day my anchor hung up on a tree, log, rock, I'm not sure, underwater, and I was in a river. And, I let out as much rope as I could, give it some slack. But unfortunately, it was still getting tight and, drifting me downstream, and I had to cut the rope pretty quickly. That way I wouldn't capsize or it dragged me under the water there. So I just unsnapped this from my PFD real quick, cut the nylon rope, let my anchor go, and I was free. So this right here is an important item to me to have on it always. It's a blunt tip, that way you don't poke yourself, or maybe you're on an inflatable kayak. You're not going to deflate your kayak, but also get you out of some serious situations. Another item I have on me all the time, and it's on my PFD. These are my boomerang snips. You can get these at a lot of local kayak shops and other retail stores, or online through Amazon. Most of these items I share with you today are at H24 Outdoors, so if you live in Conway or the surrounding area, you can go hit up H24 Outdoors and purchase these items for yourself. These right here, they come on a tether, and I can quickly snip off some, braid or some mono fluorocarbon and change out that lure or retie if I need to, if it's getting a little frayed. Right here, they're always attached to me and great to have just for some quick snips. Another item you see dangling from my PFD right here, this is a koala phone leash. Your phone is a very vital, important thing to have when you're kayaking, just for safety or, checking the weather patterns, stuff like that, or calling for help, or just checking the time occasionally. So I have a link in the description where you can get a discount on these, but it's just a phone leash that attaches to your PFD or somewhere on your kayak if you want to make sure that your phone is secure. Yes, they're waterproof, but they don't float. So it's important to have something that you'll be able to retrieve that phone back. So the next item I have right here is one of my new favorites, is the Grayo Geo Press. Now, what's great about this, if you're near some water or you're floating on top water, which 100% of the time I am on a kayak, you can scoop down in the water and it'll filter out all those bacteria or microorganisms that you don't need to take in your body and give you fresh water right there on the spot. There's been times where I've been hiking and I ran out of water, so this would have been key because I was hiking near a stream that day and I couldn't drink it. I'd been sick to my stomach. I didn't want to mess with that. I pushed through it and I made it, but man, I was hurting a few days later because I cramped so bad. So something like this is a great present for the outdoorsman or woman, and great for backpacking or kayaking. Another item that I have to have all the time, this is kind of a two-parter, is my pliers. One day I hooked myself really bad. So these right here gets me out of some sticky situations. No pun intended. But just don't go to Dollar Tree and get a $1 pair of pliers. A, they're gonna rust and you won't be able to open and close them. That's a problem. And B, most likely they're not gonna be strong enough to cut a hook out or pull something out when you need them the most. So a good set of pliers for that outdoorsman or woman. Good stocking stuffer, perfect little size. And, you know, spend a little money on them. Get something with good quality and that's rust proof. Now attached to these saved me a lot of pliers. And that is a Kayak gear track tether. And I just strap these to my pliers. That way if I drop them, they're still in my kayak and I didn't lose that good pair of pliers. Something else to go along with hooks and all that. These right here, these are called bait sacks. And they keep your hooks from hooking everything else besides the fish. But also it just helps you stay a little organized when you're traveling with your rods and stuff like that. And they do have clips on the back of them where you can put the bait inside the sack, clip it to your pole, and it's out of sight, out of mind, and you don't have to worry about it hooking you or something in your vehicle. So these are really great, inexpensive. They're called bait sacks. You can get these at H24 Outdoors as well. Perfect stocking stuffer size. We all have our days where we're clumsy or we just have a bad day and everything is going wrong. Some of the most expensive things on the kayak itself is the rods, the reels, and of course your paddle, PFD, stuff like that. But these right here will save you some money, up to you know, $500 to $50 depending on where you got your rod and reel at. So these are rod floats, really inexpensive. These are about $5. You can get them at local kayak shops, Academy Sports, Bass Pro. Really inexpensive. That will save an expensive item. So highly recommend these. These are great for stuffing in that stocking. Now something that I use often, I make paddle leashes out of it. I make, you know, pole leashes out of it, just in case I do capsize. My poles are still dangling underneath my kayak. And that is something inexpensive, but perfect for your outdoor person. And that is paracord and some carabiners. You can do all kinds of things with these two things. Inexpensive, great stocking stuffer. Now, one of my all-time favorite kayak attachment is the Roto Grip. This right here, they range from $10 to $15. You can park your paddle in here, park a pole, stakeout pole where you can, you know, anchor yourself down with it. I've actually turned these sideways and I put my fishing net in there. That way it won't get away from me or anything like that. You can put your fishing poles in these too. Your kayak angler in your family might already have one. Get them another one. You can't have too many of these, and you know, two of them, the length of the kayak, you can put your rod in there and strap it over with a bungee. Another one of my favorite kayak camping gadgets, and that is the Jetboil Flash. Now you don't have to have the flash. It's got that name for a reason. It does boil water at a quicker speed, but just the Jetboil normal one, you can get these H24 Outdoors as well. Will boil water within a couple minutes, so it's not a big deal either way. But I got the flash because it does preserve on your fuel. That way you're not burning through a lot of fuel. You can get it done, turn it off quickly. So right here, the Jetboil Flash. You can make coffee in here. You can make Mountain House, you know, meals, all kinds of stuff, mac and cheese, oatmeal, all kinds of things you can do with the Jetboil Flash. So check it out. Great tool for your kayak camper or just your kayak fisherman that makes some coffee. Now, one of my favorite things on my kayak, I'm at the age where if you see me on the floor, I've fallen down and I need help getting up most likely. But, so I need some comfort. I'm at the age where my lower back's all tight all the time, you know, and all that. So when it comes to kayaking, all day long, 8, 10, 12, 24 miles, I need to be comfortable in my kayak. And that right here brings me to my Kayak Cushion. You can get them for your bottom, you can get them for your back, you can have both. They actually have a new lumbar one that's skinny and long that goes right across here. But this right here has made me more comfortable in the water than anything else I have on my boat. Highly recommend this. This is just the rectangle original soft version, but they have the firm, they have all kinds of versions of that Kayak Cushion. That's super cozy on that water, especially for those long hauls. This is a bonus item. This time of year is cold outside. I'm not sure what region you are from or what state, but if you really want to impress your significant other, and you want to put a little bonus in that stocking, Oh yeah, go into your local bait shop and get some Ned rigs. These babies right here, you can use them for all species, pretty much, and you can catch fish on them all year round. They're that good. And if you really want to impress them, get green pumpkin and black and blue. That way they're covered for all different water clarities. So just remember, hey pumpkin, green pumpkin is the color. Then black and blue, you might be able to remember like this. Your face is gonna be black and blue if you get me another vacuum for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good way you can remember while you're in the store purchasing these items right here. But the Ned rig, TRD, it don't have to be a TRD, but just get those two colors. They're covered for a lot of different water types. So that's just my list. There's some bonuses I have here too. A fish scale. You can always get the little Plano boxes that float. This is a watertight Plano box, really tiny. I got my terminal tackle in there. They float, so you can keep that gear a little safer longer. Something else you can throw in a stocking, just some gear ties. These are all just small little items that you can buy. They don't cost a lot of money except for two items, the Jetboil and the GeoPress. But just little simple items for those last minute shoppers that you can stuff in the stocking or wrap real quick if you're running out of ideas and you just need that one more thing for your outdoorsman. So I hope this video helps. Don't forget about the real reason why we celebrate Christmas, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas. And thanks for watching. I hope to see you on the next fishing video.